Okay guys, I'm working on my Jacobsen, and I got the valve unstuck. Put oil in it and just let it soak a while and work it back and forth, and it freed up pretty nicely. So I'm going to clean off the top of the piston valves and top of the head and the new head gasket and get the head back on, and we'll see how we do for compression. Throttle linkage is stuck. I'm going to take that carburetor off, see if I can save that. But I just want to get the head on, make sure it got spark, and maybe just give it a little shot of gas down the carburetor to see if it will run. And then we'll get into the carburetor. So stay tuned guys, we'll be back on this one. Okay, so I have the head cleaned up pretty good. Get a little more in there with a Scotch-Brite. And I got the top of the piston valves all cleaned up. You can see everything's working nice now. A little play, but not much, about normal. So I'm going to go ahead and put the head back on and see if I got spark and give it a shot of starting fluid down the carburetor. See what happens. Stay tuned. Okay, as you can see, there's a haze of smoke in here. So I put the head back on and put my spark tester on there, and it had a spark. So I loaded some carburetor cleaner down the carburetor, air filter throat down the carburetor, and nothing, wouldn't do anything. So took the carburetor off, and this is what I found. I don't know if you can see it, but the butterfly is rusted shut. So there's a choke. Here's the air filter neck. There we go, that's better. All the rust and gunk in there. I broke a bolt off the air cleaner trying to get it out. So that's what the carburetor looks like. So we'll see if we can save it. I'll take it all apart and let it soak for a while. So what I did is, if I can get it, I just threw a couple squirts of stock fluid on the intake. No, you shouldn't really do this. Anyway, it did start. I kept spraying it in there. Don't want to keep doing that. But we got compression. We'll start. So we'll get that carburetor cleaned up. Try to salvage it. And as soon as I do that, we'll put it back on and see if it will run. Okay, so I bought a new carburetor for it, for the Jacobsen. The other one was shot. So I picked up this one, and I'm going to throw it on there and see if it runs. If we can get it running, then I'm going to take it for a little spin, make sure all the gears and everything works fine before I go any further. So I'm going to get the carburetor on and let's see if we can fire this baby up. Okay, so I put the new carburetor on it. I got my test gas tank there because I have to clean out that one. We'll just put that on there for now. It's got a fuel pump, so we'll suck the fuel up. Put a battery in it. I do got to fix the battery cables, redo those, but I just want to see if it's going to run, make sure all the gears work and everything like that. So I'm going to get you guys set up, and then we'll try to start it up. Okay, here we go. Haven't tried it. Give it a choke. Maybe the fuel pump's not working. I'll give it a shot of starting fluid. No. I did power wash it, so maybe I lost spark. Fire. That's weird. Runs. I don't have no throttle hooked up. Okay, it runs. I'm going to shut the camera off and see if I can fine tune it a little bit. Okay, I got it running. Adjusted the carburetor. Sounds pretty good now. The muffler does have a hole in it, all rusted out, so that's where you hear the backfire. Okay, I'm going to go get what's left of the seat, put it on there, and take it for a spin. So all the gears work good. Clutch works good. I don't have a throttle, so I just turn the idle up and let it go. So I'm going to get the throttles working and choke working, and I don't think I'm going to paint it. I think I'm going to paint the wheels white. I'm going to paint the hood white and repaint the grill. And I'm going to leave the orange as is. It's not really that bad. And the starter generator works. It's charging. So that's good. I don't have to mess with the regulator at all. So I'm going to clean the gas tank. Put a muffler or a stack on it. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to build a seat. And yeah, that's it. We'll use it. Okay, that's it for now. When I get back working on it again, we'll put a video out. So I brought the Jacobsen back in. I got caught up on some work. The only thing I have left is, well, right now, snow blow is done. I got a still backpack blower. I'm waiting for a carburetor. I just got the Echo in. It's like brand new. Bought it last year. Can't get it started. He went away on vacation for 3 weeks, so I got time on that. But the weird thing is, it's got spark, got fuel, and I can't even get a pop out of it, even if I spray a little starting fluid down the cylinder or the carburetor. So that's a little weird. I'm going to check the flywheel key and make sure that didn't shear. But still might have a warranty on it. Might be better just to have him bring it back to where he bought it. So we'll look into that. So we got the Jacobsen back in. And I'm going to take the gas tank off and clean that. Get that back on there. Get my temporary tank off. I want to paint the voltage regulator cover black. And hook up the throttle and choke cable, which were all rusted and stuck. So we're going to try to free them up or replace them. Still got to make a seat. I'm going to make a seat for it. And got to turn the wheels around. They got them backwards. And I'm going to paint the wheels white. Paint the front grille white. And repaint the hood. And I think I'm going to leave the rest the way it is. Doesn't really look too bad. And I might not even paint the hood. If I can find a color close enough to match the wheels and the grill, I'll do that, because whoever painted the hood didn't do too bad of a job. A couple little scratches, but we'll see. I don't know yet. You never know with me. I might come out here one night and tear it down to the frame and repaint the whole thing. But I'm trying to get it ready for the Christmas parade. Trying to get all my tractors in there. Find people to drive them. So if I do tear it down, it probably will be after the holidays. So okay, I'm gonna get the tank off. I'm gonna get the throttle cables and stuff hooked up with the air filter all back on, and we'll be back. Hey guys, so I got the tank all cleaned, and I went a little further than I was going to. As you can see, I painted the shroud and the air cleaner and the coil red. Repainted the tank white and painted the grill white, and also painted the motor black. And I painted the voltage regulator cover. So people are going to say, why did you put red on it when the tractor's orange, and you know, Jacobsen is usually a black engine. But I don't leave anything stock too much. And you will see later on, probably the next video, why I did that in red. So just stay tuned for that. Yeah. So yeah, I did that last night. I'm going to work on the wheels tonight and cut a piece of plywood for my seat. I do got to go get foam rubber for it. So But yeah, it's all together now. It runs good. Let's see if we can get it started. The throttle, choke, all working. Gotta let it warm up a little bit. There you go. Sounds pretty good. Doesn't smoke. Did put a new set of points in it. New condenser. But yeah, it runs pretty good now. Changed the oil. Cleaned the gas tank. New fuel filter. New air filter. The more I look at it, the more I want to repaint the whole thing. But I'm trying to stick to my guns and not do that, especially right now. Like I said before early in the video, I want to get it ready for the Christmas parade. So next step is going to get these wheels off, get them painted, and also start on the seat. And I'm going to build the whole seat myself out of plywood. I'm going to get foam rubber. I got some vinyl. We'll wrap it and do that. So yeah, it's coming along. I'm digging it. I gotta find a battery cover. I don't have one for it. I do have one here, but it goes to the other Jacobsen that I fixed for this one. He forgot to take it with him. But I'm gonna go on eBay, see if I can find one. And I'm gonna paint the hood. Probably the same white as the tank and the grill. I think the Jacobsen's supposed to have like a cream color. I don't know. If I can find a color close enough, I'll repaint the grill and the gas tank. Not a big deal. Maybe I'll look for that before I paint the wheels. But I just had white here in the shop, so I used that. It doesn't look bad. Like I said, it doesn't have to be original. I'm not looking for original. So. Alright guys, stay tuned for the next step. Okay, the Jacobsen's coming along. Got the engine all done. Front grill's done. Wheels are done. And I painted the hood. So the next step is going to be the seat. I got to cover that plywood up with some vinyl. And I think I'm going to paint that PTO cover. That's the worst of the orange. And I'm going to call it good after that. The only thing I might do is put a stack on it, but I'm not sure yet. So. Okay guys, we'll get on that seat next. Okay, so we're ready to make the seat, and I hope you can hear me because it's raining and it's pretty loud on this shop. I got the plywood. First thing you want to do is just take a sander and sand the edges, get the sharp edges down. That way that won't rip the vinyl when you put it on. I got my pad. And I got my vinyl. I'm going to do red to match the engine. You're going to need a Sharpie, staple gun, and go steal your wife's or girlfriend's electric knife. Actually, this is mine. And I'll show you what I do with that. So I'm going to get the camera set up. I'll try to give you a little step by step, and we'll build the bottom seat here. Okay, be back. So the first thing you want to do is lay out your foam rubber and put your plywood on there. And you want to keep it about a ½ inch from the edge. And you want to take your Sharpie and then just mark about a ½ inch. Doesn't have to be perfect. And after you get it marked, this side, this is where your electric knife comes in. This is the best way I found to cut foam rubber. Let me just get an extension cord. You can try to use a razor blade, but it's a little bit of a pain in the neck. So I like to use the electric knife. And they're really sharp, so be careful. You don't want to lose any fingers. Just take your electric knife and follow your line that you made. That's simple. I'll take and clean up this edge a little bit. Like so. That easy. See how nice it cuts it? Let me just set this foam rubber aside. Stop raining for 5 minutes. Not so loud in here. Okay, so after you do that, you want to lay out your vinyl. I get this stuff, the foam rubber and the vinyl, from my local 5 and 10 store. So you want to lay your foam down and then your plywood down. You want to make sure you leave enough to overlap. You don't want to waste it because this stuff really isn't that cheap. You want to give yourself at least 2 inches of overlap. Grab a pair of scissors. And I kind of just eyeball it up. And it don't have to be perfectly straight. I will trim it up after I'm all done stapling it. Get that out of the way. Hopefully the camera's set up in a pretty good spot. You can see what I'm doing. Maybe I'll bring you guys a little closer. Okay. So what I like to do once I do that is I fold one end over. And I have to trim a little bit more up on the foam. I'm going to go right to the edge. The foam is a little thicker than I wanted, so I'm going to trim that up. I'm going to trim that up and then I'll be back. Alright, I trimmed it up a little bit. I took, I don't know, about 1/4 of an inch off. So once you get your foam rubber, your plywood where you want it, I take one edge of the vinyl and I push down just a little bit on the plywood and pull up on the vinyl. You don't want to stretch it too much. And then I'm just going to lay a staple in there just to hold it. One there. One there. One on the other end. Okay. Once we do that, we want to push the plywood and the foam up against it. And then roll the other end up and do the same thing. Throw a couple staples in it just to hold it. You don't want to pull it too tight, but you don't want to have it too loose where it's going to have wrinkles. I'm just going to flip that over and take a look. These wrinkles here from where it was folded, that'll work out, you know, after the little heat gets on it. So yeah, it's going to look pretty nice. Okay, so we got that done. Flip it back over. And we're going to do the sides. And what I do is I like to fold it in and I'm going to pull it up. Let me do the side so you can see it. Sometimes you got to trim it, sometimes you don't. It's kind of like wrapping a present. I like to fold it up and then bring it over like so. I'm going to trim that up a little bit. A little tricky to get it. Trim it up a little more. I'm just going to do this one edge and then I'll turn the camera off and do the rest. Throw a staple in there, see how it looks. Yeah, something like that. So I'm going to keep going with it, and when I'm done I'll show you guys and see how it looks on the tractor. Okay, so after you get it all stapled, and don't be shy to use some staples, I take a hammer and I tap whatever ones that don't go all the way in. And then I take my straight edge and I just lay it up there and take a razor blade and trim it up. What I also have done too, if this seat, which it does fold up, I ain't really too worried about it on the tractor, but on my dune buggy, my back seat folded down, I had storage under it, so I took a 1/4 inch piece of plywood and laid over top of it, and I got finish washers and screwed that 1/4 inch plywood to the 3/4 inch plywood, just to you know, trim it up to make it look nice when the seat's down. I don't think I'm going to do this to the tractor. It's a tractor, it's nothing crazy. So but yeah, it come out pretty nice. Let's see how it fits. yeah, it looks pretty good. Fits pretty nice. And right on this edge, which I'll show you later, I got a piano hinge that's going to bolt to these 3 bolts here that holds the shield on and screwed into the bottom of the seat, so the whole seat will, you know, hinge up. Okay, so I'm going to get working on the back, and when I get done with the back, we'll go ahead and put the piano hinge on. Seat's all done. The piano hinge on there. Folds up. A little storage. I'm going to get some undercoating and spray in here, just blacken that out. Pretty happy how the seat came out. Overall, I'm pretty happy how the Jacobsen came out. Still haven't decided if I'm going to put a stack on it. But that's pretty much it for now for the Jacobsen. It's ready for the parade. It runs good. To change the oil, give it a good service. New points, condenser. Got the valve all freed up that it was stuck. Put a new carburetor on it. The hood latch here. Painted the wheels. All the tires hold air. I'm going to be looking for a battery box. Well, battery cover, I guess. And I do need to get a dry belt, which is pretty cracked and stretched out. But that's easy enough. So, okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video with the Jacobsen Chief 1200. Pretty happy with the way it came out, and you know, I didn't go too crazy with it, but you never know, I might get bored in the middle of the winter and paint the rest of it, but we'll see. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, hit the bell, get notifications when I post videos. And I said it before, if you don't like it, you know, everybody got their opinion, and if you hit the thumbs down, just leave me a comment why you hit the thumbs down. I can work on my videos a little better. For the most part, I did pretty good, and you know, everybody gets a couple thumbs down. But, okay guys, that's it for the Jacobsen project for now. If I do a stack, I will let you guys know. Have a good night, guys.